Folks, and welcome to the Happy Hooker YouTube channel. I've been to work today, finished. It's now about 1:30, 2 o'clock ish. It's too late to get the boat out, so I think I'm going to do a land session from Blackpool. I'm not sure whereabouts in Blackpool, maybe on the Gynn wall, maybe down on the steps at Cleveland's near the View Cinema, but first things first, off to Blackpool Angling Centre. Let's get some worms and some squib and some other bits and bobs, and let's go and do some fishing. See you in a bit. Right guys, here we are in Blackpool Angling Centre. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm a great believer in spend your money in your local tackle shops. They're all little family run businesses, and if you keep going online and buying stuff online, you might pay 2 or 3 quid cheaper, a tenner cheaper, but you'll end up losing these shops because they need to sell the bait, we need to buy the bait. If the shops all go, we can't get any bait. I have just noticed while I'm in here, I think this is an absolute cracking deal. A little combo price, 50 quid for a jigging rod, little carbon jigging rod, and to get a multiplier with it as well. Now for my money, in fact that feels like it's got braid on it as well. For my money, you couldn't beat that. As it happens, I am fully rodded and reeled up at the moment, but if I wasn't and I was thinking about buying a jigging rod, I'd come down to Blackpool Angling Centre and I'd have a good look at them. They look an absolute cracking little rod. The proof is in the pudding, as always. You'd have to use it and try it, but I think you couldn't go wrong. And if it were rubbish at 50 quid, so what? Don't matter, does it? better than what I spend on my other rods and reels, isn't it? A lot better. Anyway, I'm going to get my bait and a couple of other bits and bobs, and I will see you when I'm down on the wall. See you later, guys. Right guys, here I am, my selected location, down on the Gynn wall, opposite the All in the Wall cafe there. I'm going to get the tripod set up and get the camera set up, fish into this gully here. It's always handy getting there when the beach is flooding, because you can see where the holes are and what sort of features you'll be fishing at, and there's no snags. But you know what I'm like, I can get snagged anywhere. I better get on with it, Anna. That tide's racing in, it's coming in on the gallop. Hopefully it won't be long, and I'll by the time I've set my rods up, it'll be time to do some fishing. Let's get some stuff done, eh? Let's have a quick nosy along the Gynn wall in Blackpool. The Gynn wall is part of the Fylde Coast Sea Defence. It stretches from North Pier in Blackpool all the way up to Fleetwood. It's very popular with anglers from all across the northwest, mainly due to the fact that you can drive your car along it and fish very comfortably alongside it. This bullnose was once home to a large boating lake, but nowadays it's a go-karting track.
subscribe.
That's it guys, the rods are set ready to go. Let's talk tackle, eh? I'm using my Pentidal and I'm also using Kirsty's. It fell in my van, sorry. On the end of them I've got the same rig on, well, more or less the same rig on both. I've got a sliding boom that goes up to me. Now these were rigs bought from Bluefin. What I have done is I've adapted them a little bit. That one's exactly as it came. That's what I bought for catching bass. So I would imagine here for the flatties, size one's hook, it should be all right. And on this one, all I've done is I've beefed up the hook trace, and I've put a panel on it. So that's a 4 holes down to, I think that's a 3 holes circle hook, which will be going in the top. I'm going to be using some bluey and squid on that rod with the panel on it, because there's always a chance of a ray here or something a bit better. The cod have just started showing here. There's been a couple caught over the last week, so you never know. You've always a chance of picking one of them up. And on the size one, not one hose, on the size one's hook, I'm going to be shoving what am I sticking on that? Yellowtails. I'm going to be sticking yellowtails on it. Now the way I've got them on running ledger rigs is the weight should be flat on the bottom. There's probably 3 foot of hook length off it, so that should be flapping around in the water, and hopefully irresistible to anything that comes past. I tell you what, it's an absolute cracking spot this. I don't know how the fishing goes here because I've never actually fished this particular little bit of it. Here's a little tip for you guys. If you do ever come down here, I mean, it's perfect. Look where my van is. You can fish out of your van, nice and comfy. If you come in the summer, that's usually open. You get yourself a nice cup of tea. Here's a little tip for you. You don't have to have a tripod here. You can rest your rods on the wall, especially the further that way you go, because the wall comes higher up. But if you're going to do that, make sure that you put a rag or a cloth or something on the wall to rest your rod on, because trust me, you keep tapping them on that wall, it chips the rod, or the finished varnish coat on them, whatever finishes them off, it chips them and it weakens them. So just be aware guys, treat your rods with a bit of respect. I don't do it and I pay the price most of the time. But you don't have to. How long we got left now? It's probably a good 20 minutes before I can even cast out. I mean, it is in on the gallop now. Now the fish baits I'm going to aim for, you see the breaker there, and then there's a breaker here. I'm going to aim for that gully there right in between with the fish baits, and then with the worm baits I'm going to throw it, sort of see where it's all breaking up and stuff. That's where I'm going to aim without aiming, and I'm aiming for flatties, bass, you get the odd gurnard here, whatever's there. I'm aiming for whatever's there, to be fair. But that's what I'm doing with the worm baits. The fishy baits, I'm going to try and send it as far out as I can, hopefully for a ray or an early cod. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it, if I could get an early cod? I'll be an hero on this wall. I'll see you in a bit guys. I'll let you know when it's time to cast out. Right guys, it's time. The water's close enough. There is still a little bit of a sandbank in front of me, but I'm going to give it a whiz out. Because their flat is coming on the flood, so, and the bass, to be quite honest, if there's any bass knocking about, they're coming on the flood. So I'm going to give it a whiz out. Don't need to do any spectacular casts here. Nothing too fancy or too long. Oh sugar! It helps if you sort your clutch out first. I've got fun on here. Why's that not really? I feel as though I've got to tangle somewhere. We'll get ready for a crack off here, guys. All I do is a straight over the head lob, just a nice gentle plunge. That'll be in about 3 foot of water. We all know about 3 foot of water, don't we? Turn that one down. I'll do the same with the other one, and I'll let you know when I get some bites, because I am having a fish today, trust me. Tell you what guys, what an absolutely beautiful day. The sun's shining, it's a bit cool, there's a crisp tone in that wind, but apart from that it's absolutely beautiful. It's just nice, just stood here having a nice relax, all on my own. No John the Peckham either in me today to tormenting me. Yeah, do it. My advice is get out there and get it done. Get something done, it's good for you. Nice bit of fresh air, bit of sunshine. I think I'll do a bit of filming of the puppies later as well. Or when I get back home, that's when I'll finish my video off. All their eyes have opened now. They're just, how old are they now? They'll be about 10 days old now. But all their eyes are open. They just look like little cute fluffy things now. Also, I've had the new design done on the hoodies, which I will put a picture of somewhere up in the corner here, so you can have a look at them. If you do fancy one, get in touch with me. I always leave my phone number in the description, so if you fancy one, have a click at it, go and get one off us. They're beautiful. It's really, really nice design, if I do say so myself. Well guys, I've not had a single solitary bite yet. I have only been in 20 minutes or so. I've had the worm bait out and recast it. I've left the bluey and the squid wrap. I've left that out there because there should be plenty of flavour in that. Not even getting any tickles off crabs or anything. It's rubbish. They don't call it the Grim Wall for nothing, you know. Cast number 3, guys. Still no bites. On the worm hook, I've just took the worm off. It won't even touch that worm, and I've just put a little slither of bluey on and just whipped it on with some elastic, so hopefully that'll tempt something into biting. I've just brought the fish and squid wrap in. It's not even touched, nothing, not disintegrated, not touched, not crabbed, not a thing. For about an hour and 20 minutes now before high tide. Hopefully I'm going to fling that back out. I'm not even bothering changing that, or shall I? Nope, can't be bothered. It's going back out as is, because there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, it looks better than when I sent it out. Hopefully something's going to come and grab it in a minute. Guess what, guys? There's still nothing to report. It's absolutely bobbins. Not getting a single bite, a touch, nothing. Any baits I'm bringing back are just untouched. There's about an hour now to the top of tide. I'm hoping that something happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't particularly care. It's that funny time of year now. You've got the summer species that are going out, and the winter species are not quite in yet. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. See you in a bit. Right guys, it's top of tide. I've been here for hours and hours and hours, and I've not had a single bite. The baits have been coming back looking better than when they went out. It's absolute bobbies today. I'm going to wrap up now. I've had enough. I'm starving. I need feeding. I'm being bored to death off this fella here. And enough of that. What I am going to do is I'm going to go home. I'll finish the video off at home. I'm going to get my puppies on. Like I said, all their eyes have opened now, so they're like nice little cute balls of fluff now. We'll show you how they're getting on, and I'll see you shortly. Right guys, as promised, let's have a look at these puppies now. Their eyes are all opening. I'm going to wake them all up now, aren't I? There's one. You puppy. Have a look at you. Look at that beautiful little thing. Proper wrigglers. Look at these now. Have a look at you. Another little boy. Yee. Hello. Fancy first thing you ever see being my big ugly head, eh? I think this one is another little boy. There's 3 boys and 1 girl. Hello, beautiful. Hello. Yes. It's all going all over the place, and this one is a little girl. There's only 1 little girl in the pack this time, wasn't there? Yes, we know, we know. Look at that camera there. Hello, you. I was going to get out of here before I end up standing on them. They're all off, proper wrigglers. Absolutely beautiful, stunning little Jack Russell puppies. If anybody does want one, like I've said before, my number is always in the description. Just get in contact. I'm not sure, well I am sure, I'm pretty sure I'm going out on the Mersey on Saturday. My tea ready, lady? It is. A nice beef stew for tea, that'll do, won't it? The Mersey Saturday, probably launching around 11, 12 o'clock-ish, fish the flood, and then come back in. So until next time, ta-da for now. Subscribe.